Hello and welcome. My name is Taiwo Fade. I am a medical doctor and a holistic diabetes wellness and stress management coach with over 25 years experience. I am so glad you are watching this video today because it means that you are taking an important step towards transforming your relationship with diabetes. Today, I'm going to share with you a fundamentally different approach to diabetes management, one that sees you as a complete person, not just a collection of numbers and medical data. You see, my dear friend, for too long, diabetes care has focused most exclusively on medication and diet restrictions, nothing else. But after working with hundreds of patients, I have discovered that true diabetes freedom comes from addressing the whole person. And that is what I call the 3D holistic approach. This approach addresses three essential dimensions of wellness: your body, your mind, and your soul. Because the true diabetes freedom isn't just about controlling blood sugar, it is about reclaiming your joy, your energy, and your confidence in every aspect of your life and living a normal, healthy life. So, whether you've been recently diagnosed or you have been managing diabetes for years, this approach that we're going to go through together today can transform not only your health numbers, but your entire experience of living with diabetes. So, let me walk you through each of these dimensions I mentioned earlier and show you how they work together to create a lasting change. So, let us dive in and watch the fascinating and educative transformational masterclass together. My dear sir, what is your worst fear about type 2 diabetes? What do you dread most from all what you have heard, seen, and read about diabetes? Is it the possibility of developing heart disease, stroke, or kidney failure? Is it the risk of blindness and poor vision? Is it the possibility of diabetic neuropathy resulting in wounds that refuse to heal and later lead to amputation, or constant pain and tingling sensation in your feet? Is it the possibility of getting your leg cut off? Amputation is what we mean by that. Or losing your erection forever and not being able to perform in the bedroom or anywhere else. These, in this chart, are the diabetic complications that you need to be aware of. You have the stroke, heart attack, now you have diabetic neuropathy, now you have eye problems, vision, cataract, glaucoma, then you have foot problems, which makes wound healing to be very, very poor. You have kidney problems, which leads to kidney disease and kidney failure. And then finally, you have what you call nerve problems that gives you these tingling sensations that you have in your feet. This, in short, are the diabetic complications. Imagine what your bedroom life will be like when you can regularly excite and satisfy your spouse, giving her the kind of sexual experiences she had thought she had lost forever, and singing your praises. The love and intimacy rekindled. Imagine being able to run your business and social life with the same verve and energy you had before diabetes scattered everything. Finally, imagine being able to have a totally healthy and normal life, enjoying celebrations, festivals, and holidays without any restrictions, just like everyone else in your family. If you can imagine all this, and I know you can, and even more, then you can reclaim your life with our coaching program and support. This is the diabetes freedom journey that we promise. Now you are now on diabetes management with all the high risks and the fact that it is just management and control. Then that is where you are now. We first initially take you to the reversal point where we will reverse your diabetes type 2. And finally, we give you total freedom by addressing your body, mind, and soul. Years ago, I lost my auntie to type 2 diabetes and almost lost my uncle to the same T2D because I was still practicing the conventional approach. See, I watched my uncle and guardian, a successful businessman, collapse from diabetic complications one night in the hospital. That was after the death of my auntie, and that changed everything for me. We were able to revive him and all that, but still, we knew that we could only manage, and that is when I went into research and studied holistic medicine. Holistic medicine is the mind, body, and soul approach to chronic health approaches such as diabetes, even fertility, and some other challenges. You see, as a medical doctor, I realized our conventional approach to type 2 diabetes was failing Nigerians professionals. That is when I created the Diabetes Freedom Protocol. Let me ask you something that might strike close to home. Despite faithfully following your doctor's advice, taking your prescribed medications, and attempting to change your diet, do you still feel like diabetes is slowly taking control of your life, your future, and your dreams? Pause for a moment and think about this. If your answer is yes, you are not alone. Nigeria is facing a diabetes crisis of unprecedented proportion, with our professional and business class being hit the hardest. I'll tell you why later. Recent studies published in the Nigerian Medical Journal reveal that 1 in 9 Nigerian business professionals between the ages of 35 and 65 now live with diabetes, and a lot of them don't even know, representing a shocking 37% increase over just the past decade. Even more alarming, the Nigerian Diabetes Association reports that diabetes complications are occurring earlier and more severely among our professional and business class more than any other demographic set because of stress. But these statistics, troubling as they are, don't begin to capture the real human experience. Let me share what I hear from people exactly like you in my practice every single day. There is the constant fear that unpredictable blood sugar will cause you to lose focus during crucial business negotiations. There is the growing concern as you notice your productivity and mental sharpness decline despite your best efforts. There is the embarrassment of suddenly needing to check blood sugar or take medication during important meetings with clients or staff. Add to that is the heartbreaking worry that you might not be healthy enough to walk your daughter down the aisle or hold your grandchildren. There is the bone deep exhaustion that no amount of rest seems to fix, affecting every aspect of your life and work and family. There is a growing sense that your body is betraying you despite your disciplined approach to management. And that is what that there is also the very, very deep link between stress and diabetes. Let me emphasize about stress and diabetes. My dear friend, if you do everything right with all the various stages we talked about and you don't reduce stress, the transformation will not happen. You might reverse for some time, then it comes back again. And that is the biggest or one of the biggest deficits that traditional orthodox diabetes care does not take care of or does not even consider. So, how does stress affect diabetes? Now, you start by feeling stressed and overwhelmed all the time, trying to manage a chronic illness. Then from there, you move on to the physical and liabilities, which will be physical and mental side of the stress program. Then, because of that, management of diabetes conditions becomes increasingly difficult. Then finally, the feeling of helplessness, frustration, depression will increase the stress and anxiety, and that is what we call a vicious cycle. I remember clearly when I first met Chief Adeboye, a 49-year-old bank executive from Lagos. Despite meticulously following his doctor's recommendations for 5 good years, his health was deteriorating before his eyes. He said, "Doctor, I've done everything right," he told me, voice breaking. "I take every medication. I've given up most traditional foods I love. I check my blood sugar like clockwork. Yet, every visit, my doctor adds another medication and warns of new complications. I used to be the first one in the office and the last one to leave. Now, I'm wondering if I'll even make it to retirement age." As you are listening right now, I want you to honestly ask yourself, does Adebayo's story sound uncomfortably familiar? Are you too doing everything right, but watching your health and quality of life deteriorate anyway? It is time we confront the painful truth that few medical professionals in Nigeria are willing to acknowledge, which is the conventional approach to diabetes management is fundamentally failing our people, especially dedicated professionals and business owners like you. The evidence is overwhelming and heartbreaking. According to the International Diabetes Federation's latest African regional report, Nigeria now has the highest number of people with uncontrolled diabetes in all of Africa. Despite Nigerians spending over 300 billion naira annually on diabetes medications, hospitalization rates for complications have increased by 4.3% in just 5 years. Why is this happening? Because the traditional medical approach treats diabetes as merely a physical blood sugar problem, completely ignoring three critical dimensions of your being that directly impact on your condition. What are these critical dimensions? The first one is the body dimension. Contemporary medicine in Nigeria addresses only surface level symptoms with medications and generic dietary advice. What your doctor never told you is that each person's metabolic system responds differently based on genetic factors common in West African population. Research from the University of Lagos Medical Center shows that standard dietary recommendations given to Nigerian diabetics actually worsen insulin resistance in 42% of patients due to genetic variations. My dear sir, your body is unique, yet you are receiving a one-size-fits-all treatment. How will it work? The second is the mind dimension. There is a connection between psychological stress and blood glucose, which is clinically proven, yet completely overlooked in standard treatment. A ground-shaking study from the Nigerian Institute of Medical Research demonstrated that executives and business owners experience cortisol patterns that directly raise blood glucose by 40 to 60% regardless of diet. The mental pressure you face running a business or managing professional responsibility is literally raising your blood sugar, and no medication can fully counteract that effect. The third one is the soul dimension. Perhaps most critically, the spiritual and emotional components of health, including purpose, community connection, and cultural identity, are entirely absent from standard diabetes care. When Nigerian professionals are told to abandon traditional foods and customs that have deep spiritual significance, it creates an emotional void that measurably impacts physiological health markers. Research confirms that it is connection from cultural practices increases inflammatory markers associated with diabetes progression by up to 35%. These are proven scientific statistics. These missing dimensions create devastating real-world consequences. 68% of Nigerian diabetes patients develop at least one serious complication within 10 years of diagnosis. Diabetes-related productivity loss now costs Nigerian businesses over 50 billion annually. 79% of Nigerian diabetes patients report feeling their treatment plan is unsustainable long term. The average Nigerian professional with diabetes spends 23% of their income on management that delivers deteriorating results. So, let me return to Chief Adebayo's story, because what happened next reveals the tragic human cost of this fragmented approach. Following his doctor's body-only protocol, his fasting blood sugar soared to 180 despite taking 4 different medications. He developed peripheral neuropathy that made walking to his office agonizing. His vision began deteriorating, threatening his ability to read financial reports critical to his role. But the moment that broke him completely was missing his daughter's university graduation because he was hospitalized with diabetes-related kidney complications. The medical bills were crushing us financially, his wife later told me. But watching my husband lose his dignity and purpose was far worse. This brilliant, powerful man who built his company from nothing now sat in our living room, afraid to attend business functions because he couldn't predict when his blood sugar would crash or rise. His doctors never once addressed the crushing work stress, elevating his glucose level, nor the spiritual disconnection he felt from abandoning cultural food traditions that once brought him joy and community connections. They treated his pancreas whilst ignoring his humanity. Have witnessed this devastating pattern in hundreds of cases. Accomplished Nigerian professionals and business owners like you who excel in business but find themselves powerless against advancing diabetes. People who have built successful enterprises and supported extended families now wondering if they will become burdens to those same loved ones. The most heartbreaking part, this suffering is completely unnecessary when we address or the three dimensions of healing, or should I call it the very fantastic good news. This is a diagrammatic holistic infogram about what the three-dimensional holistic transformation approach comes in, because it addresses the body, the mind, and the soul in perfect harmony, and this changes everything. After guiding over 872 Nigerian professionals over the years to diabetes remission, not just reversal, I have developed a refined system specifically designed for our unique cultural, dietary, professional, and spiritual context. This isn't about incremental improvements or better management of a progressive disease. No, it is about comprehensive transformation, addressing the three dimensions of healing that conventional medicine ignores. This shows your diabetes journey in a visual form. So, how does each dimension that we practice work, which is the solution we are talking about, and the 3D approach? The first one is the body. Now, most Nigerian diabetes patients receive generic treatment protocols developed in Western countries for Western bodies and lifestyle. Our body dimension begins with proprietary metabolic profiling, specifically calibrated for Nigerian genetic patients, identifying your unique insulin resistance mechanisms, inflammatory triggers, and the specific micronutrient deficiencies affecting 83% of people like you. When Chief Adebayo completed our metabolic assessment, we discovered critical insights his 6 previous doctors had missed. His body had a specific inflammatory response to particular refined oils common in modern Nigerian cuisine, but processed his ancestral fats without blood sugar spikes. A severe deficiency in 2 essential and vital supplements common in Nigerian professionals were preventing insulin from working properly. His medication combination was actually depleting in key nutrients, essentially for glucose regulation. With this personalized knowledge, we implemented targeted physical protocols, including a customized nutrition plan incorporating traditional Nigerian ingredients with specific blood sugar stabilizing properties. Precise micronutrient supplementation matched to its unique deficiencies. A movement protocol requiring just 70 minutes daily, specifically designed to activate the transporters that improve cellular glucose intake for him. Strategic detoxification addressing environmental toxins common in Lagos that directly impact pancreatic function. Stress relief and stress reductions. The results began appearing within weeks. For the first time, Adebayo shared with us that he could enjoy modified versions of food I love while watching my blood sugar improve rather than spike. Chifa Munike, a 52-year-old private school owner from Abuja with uncontrolled diabetes for 8 years, experienced dramatic improvements through stress regulation techniques specifically calibrated for high-pressure Nigerian business environments, reducing his cortisol levels by 47%. Sleep optimization strategies that worked within his demanding on-call schedule, improving his insulin sensitivity by 32%. This is a true confession from a colleague. As a doctor myself, Dr. Akintunde confessed, I was skeptical that stress management could impact my blood glucose so much. But when I implemented the protocols, My fasting numbers dropped by 31 points within days. What shocked me most was discovering that certain thoughts and mental patterns were raising my blood sugar as much as eating rice. Research from Harvard Medical School confirms that chronic stress increases blood glucose by up to 40% through cortisol pathways. Yet, conventional diabetes treatment completely ignores this crucial factor. Our own approach incorporates evidence-based mind-body techniques specifically designed for busy Nigerian professionals and business owners. The third dimension we address is the soul. Perhaps most transformative is our recognition that spiritual well-being and cultural correction are not luxuries. They are essential biological requirements for diabetes reversal. Our soul dimension honors this fact. The spiritual practices that ground you and provide meaning in challenging times, your cultural identity, and the community connection that nourish your spirit, and the joy and celebrations that traditional events bring to a meaningful life. Samuel Okafor, a 63-year-old real estate development from Enugu with 17 years of worsening diabetes, experienced a breakthrough when we addressed his soul dimension. For years, I felt torn between my health and my heritage. I had become afraid of attending family celebrations because of food temptations. I had stopped attending my community meetings because they served traditional meals. I was physically present for my family, but spiritually disconnected. Through this program, I learned to modify traditional customs while preserving their spiritual essence. I now lead prayers at family meals, featuring our ceremonial dishes, modified to support my health rather than harm it. My blood sugar is better than it has been in 15 years, and I have reclaimed my place as a spiritual elder in my community. I now eat white, jollof, and fried rice, amala, and other swallows, just like other members of the family, using the recipes specifically designed for me. No more food restrictions, especially during festivities, celebrations, etc. The last Christmas and New Year celebrations had been the best for me in 15 years, and I know it can only get better. So, here comes the new me. Thanks to you, Dr. Fadi. Instead of asking you to abandon cultural practices like many Western style programs do, we transform them. Our team has developed modifying recipes for over 50 traditional Nigerian dishes that support blood sugar stability while preserving the spiritual nourishment these foods provide. We have created protocols for navigating naming ceremonies, weddings, and religious celebrations while maintaining optimal blood glucose control. When Chief Adebayo reconnected with the deeper meaning of traditional meals beyond just their ingredients, his relationship with food transformed from fear to conscious celebration. Family meals became a source of healing rather than anxiety. The results of this three-dimensional approach speak for themselves. One, 83% of our clients reduce their medications requirements within 3 months. 91% report significant improvement in energy levels and workplace productivity. The average AIC reduction of 2.1% within 6 months, that is twice what the medications typically achieve. 75% eliminate at least one diabetes medication completely within just 4 months of our program. The best part is that 97% achieve complete diabetes remission, which is the normal blood sugar without using any medications within the 12 months support. So still using Chief Adebayo as a case study. His FBS dropped from 180 to 137 in just 4 months. His neuropathic pain decreased by 80%, excuse me, and he shed 14 kilograms without hunger or deprivation. Within 7 months, his doctor removed 2 medications completely, and within 11 months, his fasting blood sugar normalized to 80%, 98 milligrams per day without medication. Talking about his mind, his stress response normalized, improving his sleep quality from 4 hours nightly to a restful 7 hours sleep. His blood pressure normalized without medication. Most noticeably to his colleagues, his mental clarity and decision-making sharpness returned to levels he hadn't experienced in years. Finally, he reconnected with family traditions in a health-promoting way, rediscovered by joy in movement, reminiscent of his childhood sports, and developed a daily spiritual practice that grounded his health journey in deeper life. That is Chief Adebayo's case success or success review. And I can assure you, yours will be like this when and if you join us and continue to do the things we tell you to do for the coaching program. I call this is Thanksgiving and celebration. Here's what it says. Before this program, Adebayo shared with tears in his eye at our 12 months celebration. I was quietly preparing my successor at the bank, certain I wouldn't be able to continue working much longer. Today, I just secured the largest client in our bank's 30-year history. I can play football with my grandson without pain, dance and sing at home, church and celebrations, and most importantly, I know that I'll be here to walk my youngest daughter down to the aisle next year. You can't put a price on that kind of certainty. And Chief Adebayo isn't alone. Listen to what Mr. Kunko, a 51-year-old banker from Enugu, experienced. For 12 years, I resigned myself to declining health despite following every medical instruction. Within 3 months of the body mind soul approach, I reduced 3 medications to 1, lost 11 kilograms effortlessly, and reconnected with a sense of purpose. I thought diabetes had stolen from me. For the first time in my diabetes journey, I heard my doctor use the word remarkable to describe my lab results. Now, if you are ready to transform your relationship with diabetes through this powerful body, mind, soul approach, like Chief Adebayo, Chief Amunike, Mr. Konko, and hundreds of other Nigerian professionals and business owners like you have done, I invite you to join our comprehensive 4 months intensive program with 8 additional months of support. What are the benefits? You reclaim your health. You learn how to reverse type 2 diabetes and take control of your health. Refrain yourself from the burden of medications and symptoms. You will transform your life. You discover how to adopt a healthy lifestyle that boosts your energy, improves your mood, and enhances your overall well-being. You will break free from fear. You say goodbye to the fear of diabetes complications and live a life to the fullest, knowing you have the tools to manage your condition. Also, you will unlock your potential, which is very important. With personal guidance and support, you will unlock your potential and achieve your goals, whether they are pursuing a new career or spending quality time with your loved ones. You will also restore your sexual prowess, intimacy, and get out of the dead bedroom syndrome. This exclusive transformational system includes a comprehensive assessment across all 3 dimensions with advanced testing unavailable in standard medical care, twice monthly one-on-one coaching sessions addressing your unique body, mind, and soul needs, personalized protocol development, and weekly adjustments based on your progress. access to a private community of Nigerian professionals who are reversing diabetes holistically, our complete library of modified Nigerian recipes, preserving tradition while supporting health, customized spiritual and mindfulness practices designed specifically for your belief and culture system, emergency support for blood sugar management techniques. Now, because of the personalized nature of this work, space are strictly limited to just 5 participants every 4 months. Once again, this is the big promise, unique, never done anywhere, at least in Nigeria here, with a total local context. It is our holistic 3D approach to diabetes freedom. We're healing the whole person, not just managing or controlling the condition. It is a total transformation where we move you from don't eat this, don't eat that, drink this, don't drink that, to a completely free cuisine and lifestyle as a normal human being. As I said earlier, we begin with a comprehensive assessment that looks beyond your glucose readings to the root cause or causes of your condition and your aspirations for total freedom. Then we create a personalized transformational pathway that addresses all 3 dimensions, because your journey beyond diabetes is as unique as your business and your vision, and that is the freedom journey in infographic format for you. Now, having said all the above, this is what I believe and I know will be your next step, which you are anxious to do. I invite you to schedule a free 30 minutes diabetes freedom free consultation and clarity call for me. During this consultation, we'll assess your current diabetes management approach, identify the specific gaps preventing your progress, determine if our integrated method is right for you, create a clear picture of what freedom from diabetes could look like in your life. Imagine the joy of seeing your blood sugar levels normalize, feeling lighter and more energetic, and finally living the life of you deserve and of your dream. The standard investment for our comprehensive diabetes freedom program is 2,997,000 naira, which is approximately what the average Nigerian professional with diabetes spends on medications and lost productivity in just 18 months. However, for those who recognize the value of taking immediate action towards transformation, I am offering a special masterclass rate of 2,497,000 naira for those who schedule their strategy session before the 5 slots are all taken, and that is a whopping bonus of 500,000 reduction. Remember, this isn't an expense. It is an investment in reclaiming your health, career longevity, and family legacy. Consider this. The average Nigerian with diabetes spends over 1.4 million annually on medications and management that only slows decline. Instead, this one-time investment can potentially eliminate those ongoing concerns while restoring your quality of life across all 3 dimensions: body, mind, and soul. Do your own self-calculations for all this. Average annual diabetes original medications cost 600,000 plus. Original, not the fake ones or the substandard ones. Special diets and drinks for you. Erectile dysfunction and loss of libido supplements that don't work as advertised because they are either fake or they do not address the root cause. Lost productivity and sick days of about 800,000 naira. Stress, depression, anxiety, hospital bills that cannot be easily enumerated or quantified. time and man hours lost due to doctors and hospital visits that cannot even be put into monetary financial something. Long-term complications, potentially millions in future medical costs. The ROI timeline. See, while medications are ongoing costs forever, your program is a one-time investment that creates lasting transformation. This is the best return on investment you can have. Our approach is unique. It is specific. It is a one-time and it is the best. Others might copy and come, but they do not have and they cannot do what we are doing. These are just short testimonials from past attendees of our program. Chidi, a banking executive from Lagos, who eliminated 3 medications after just 12 weeks. Amina, a law firm partner, who reversed her diabetes while improving her professional performance. Or Joseph, a business owner who no longer fears diabetes complications, compromising his company's future. These aren't exceptions. They are what happens when you address the root cause of diabetes through a protocol designed specifically for you and you alone. If you're ready to stop being a slave to medications, ready to do away with all those taking unfair advantage of your condition, reduce the stress of diabetes, get off the diabetes roller coaster, recover your energy and confidence, protect your family from trauma of diabetes complications, reclaim your bedroom prowess, then do this right now. Schedule your free 30 minutes consultation and clarity call today. Let's discuss your unique situation and create a plan that will help you achieve lasting transformation. To schedule your free consultation and clarity call, send chats to the WhatsApp number 080-252-99616. No calls, please. It is keyed to automatically block unknown numbers. Please include your first name, email, and WhatsApp number. The message should be free consultation and clarity call for coaching program. Finally, save my contact as Dr. Fadi. This is a final warning, please. Because of my busy schedule and the fact that I have to do a lot of other things as a medical doctor and also with a social life, I only work with 5 clients every 4 months to guarantee results. So it means that if you don't get in now, you might have to wait for another 4 months. So please act down. Finally, let me say this. Don't let diabetes dictate your future when complete transformation of the body, mind, and soul is within reach. The business owners and professionals who take action today are the ones who will be sharing their success stories at our next celebration. Please consider this now. Will you feel, or rather, how will you feel being in the exact same place a year from now in your diabetes journey because you only considered the cost of a program, specialist, or coach? Finally, I want to say thank you so much for investing these minutes in your health with me. I don't know. I think I've spent about 48 minutes or almost 1 hour. I initially thought it was going to be from 20 minutes or so, but then I got to think about it. The more I can impart to people, the better for them. Remember, type 2 diabetes doesn't have to be a life sentence. With the right approach, freedom is possible. Let's work together for 4 months of intensive coaching, plus 8 months of ongoing support to help you finally break free from diabetes and reclaim your life. I look forward to speaking with those of you who are ready for a transformation. Now it's time to say thank you very much. God bless you and see you at the top of the health mountain.